This is ITV.
Certainly the best.
On today's edition on Market Survey, we are currently at the market to get to know the current price of pumpkin leaf, also known as ugu. Currently, we are getting close to the raining season, so we want to know if the season affects the prices and if the prices that it was being sold last year is also the same prices that is being sold this year. So come with us as we get to know the current price of pumpkin leaf in the market, also known as ugu. I am Stephanie Notoriwa.
On today's edition of Market Survey, we take a closer look at the price of pumpkin leaves, popularly known as ugu, one of the most widely consumed vegetables in Nigeria. Ugu is a common ingredient in many Nigerian meals, valued for its nutritional benefit and affordability. From soup to sauce, pumpkin leaves play an important role in household cooking. But before ugu gets to the market, it begins its journey on the farm. Pumpkin farming begins with land preparation. Farmers clear the land and loosen the soil to make it suitable for planting. Pumpkin seeds are planted directly into the soil, usually at the beginning of the raining season. The seeds germinate within a few days and begin to grow into creeping vines. Ugu plants require regular watering, especially during dry periods. Farmers also remove weeds and apply manure or fertilizers to encourage healthy growth. As the plant grows, the leaves become broad and dark green, a sign that they are ready for harvesting. Harvesting of pumpkin leaves usually begin a few weeks after planting. Farmers carefully cut the leaves and young vines to allow the plant continue growing. This method allows for repeated harvesting from the same plant over time. After harvesting, the leaves are washed, bundled, and prepared for transportation to the market. From the farms, bundles of ugu are transported to the market in nearby towns and cities. Transportation cost and freshness play a major role in determining the market price. In the market, ugu is sold in different bundle sizes depending on demand and supply. Traders say prices vary based on season, availability, and the cost of transportation. Fresh, well-trimmed bundles attract higher prices, while smaller or older leaves sells for less. Earlier in the year, the price of ugu was on the high side in many markets. During this period, scarcity caused by dry weather conditions affected production. Farmers recorded low yield due to inadequate rainfall, while irrigation costs increased. As a result, fewer pumpkin leaves reached the market. Traders also blame high transportation costs and fuel prices for the increase. These factors contributed to the rise in the cost of ugu, affecting consumers. Many buyers were forced to reduce the quantity they purchase or turn to alternative vegetables.
Pumpkin leaf dey for market now, the price
don still come down now 200 we dey sell, unlike that early January when be 500. As in the price don still come down for market, that's why we see dey sell to 200 now.
So how much I say they sell before
that early January when we new enter January now 500 because we new enter the dry season. All the leaf don dry for bush, so we dey go dey buy from New Benin. So those New Benin na for riverside and they expensive, so now the way we take buy we take dey sell. Now they don't beat am down, and that's why we can't dey sell am to 200.
So how una say they buy and a bag abi they bundle am?
Now bunch, big, very big bunch. So we dey buy am like that.
So how much I say they buy the bunch?
Before we dey buy am like 30,000 naira. Now it does come down to 10,000. That's why we can't dey sell am to 200.
So now the season now we dey for pumpkin leaf.
No, we never enter the season really. Now when rain dey fall during the rainy season, now we take the enter pumpkin season. That's why I see the scarce now.
So now maybe so now they sell am 200. If you can't dey if rainy season can't come proper, how much now cut they sell?
Now see they sell 200 naira because it don't dey everywhere. So the way we dey tie am now say and dey smaller like this. Yeah. But during that rainy season now, you will come see dey bigger past this one. You can't be 3,500.
Say person now won't buy this pumpkin leaf full for house. How you go take preserve am?
If you want preserve am, you buy the one when water never touch, when you know you never want use am now. maybe now tomorrow you wan use am now, you need to buy the one wey never enter water so that you go fit stay longer. If you buy this one wey don enter water now, go fit go melt before tomorrow. So you need to buy that one wey water never touch, so that one go dey preserved than this one wey don soak.
So the transport fare still dey affect pumpkin leaf?
Not really. Now the normal price we take dey go before, now we still dey go now. Here to New Benin now is 500. If you are coming with your load, they will still charge you like 700 or 800. So you need to price down when you know say it will still favor you with your market.
You talk and say it depends on where you for buy, now you take sell. So people wey be say they farm now, if you say they go sell am cheaper.
Yes, they go sell am cheaper because we don enter the rainy season. Now during the rainy season, don dey much full everywhere. If you not sell, if you go B fit sell for me. As you A not gree sell, B fit sell for me. Na so e be.
This na January we dey, so business slow.
It's slow well. Yes.
Compared to December.
Yes.
So how the price of pumpkin be for market now?
The price of pumpkin is, let's say we buy pumpkin 30,000. Then now we are buying 10,000 now. Okay. Yes. Then after the 10,000, we tie it by ourselves. We give them 3,500 and 1,200.
Okay. Okay. So how much na take they buy bag before? How much na take they tie?
When we buy bag, we will tie am. Let's say we tie like 15,000, 5,000 will be our gain. The rest is the money of the pumpkin. Then we are buying pumpkin. Sometimes we buy it 30,000, 35. Like the one that they are selling Oko now, that Oko now, we are buying it 3,000, 4,000. But we can price 3,000. They give us, then we buy. Yes.
So now we say they sell at 200. Customers they complain say it's still too dear.
Yes, they say it's too dear. Now we tell the same man, men and manager, not be the season now we dey. So the season of the pumpkin leaf, if it still come out, then we tell a much of this one, then it will be big. We sell it 1, 200, 3, 500.
So pumpkin no fit go back to 15 naira.
No, it cannot. No, it cannot. No, you know if you go past 15 naira.
You no fit go back to 15 naira.
No.
So like which one be the highest amount on the tie apart from 200?
Is that to 200? Yes.
So that 200 they go counter.
Yes. If you counter, we can give you 1,000 naira. Yes. When we give you 1,000, as a customer concern, if you want to buy like 2,000, we can give you 15. Yes, 2,000.
How pumpkin be for market now?
Pumpkin dey cheap now for market. Like January, they costly. Why? Because the way we take dey buy, but now it all dey cheap.
So how much difference is there now?
Big difference dey. Big difference dey because why? Before when around that kind January we dey buy at least 35, 30, but now we dey buy Jebu Ode sometimes 18,000. Yeah, so we see they see the one of 10,000, 9,000, 8,000. So it all dey cheap. Pass as first be.
So you mentioned Jebu Ode. So which other types still dey for the pumpkin?
Olisha dey, Jebu Ode dey. If you reach market now, you see as my pocket reach. E dey market.
Which one be the cheapest one?
The cheapest one and I be Olisha. So now they cheaper.
How much I say you carry that one?
Now. Before when you come out, we dey carry on 12,000, but now 8,000, 9,000. Depends how slow take the market.
So as the different one dey, so it's still did I get the different one at the time?
No. Yes. Now the same price we still stay the time. That is a 200, 3, 500.
Some not the many pass some because they na different type.
No. Now the same price. 200, 3, 500. Now we take the time. Maybe county price 8, 1,000. So that everybody will feel afford them.
So if I buy pumpkin now, if I want leave, I may last for like 1 week. I want it one.
You buy dry one. The one we never enter water, we never touch water at all. Like this one now, we say don't enter water now. If you leave them for light or before they break, now go mint. But that dry one, now we be say, I think see those one, and we never even touch water at all. Even though say you leave them for 1 week, for until they melt, it go they dry. Okay. So that be the difference with the inside.
So if you say this pumpkin go cheap past the one that they sell, so maybe they sell 100 naira for one time.
No, enough if possible. Only say difference where it go there be say we will tie a big pass as e be say we take the tie am before for rainy season. Maybe as this one be now we dey tie am by this kind time now. So that time reach for rainy season, e go be like 2 like this, 200. So now so we take the tie and go big pass as e be say we take the tie am before.
So how much did they buy they say na they buy am for bundle?
The bundle na 10,000.
How much did they buy am before?
We did buy before 15 for Nisha. White na different size. We did buy Jebu Ode before 32, but now it don't fall down.
So you don't ever buy from farmer directly?
No, direct from New Benin. No, say this dry season, farm now, you know, they now for riverside, all those where they come from.
So if you say this thing go cheap as the way it take day like this, so even if the rainy season come,
it go cheap pass like that now because that rainy season time, they full everywhere. Because farmer, village side, they carry corn, it dey cheap pass like that. This size, 2 now be 200 that time.
okay. How punky dey now? E don cheap for market.
E don cheap o, pumpkin not there this year.
So last year there.
Yes.
How much you take dey sell now? How much you take sell last year?
Last year by this time from November, December, January for 500 last year. But this year now 200, 500, 1,000. Sometimes 200-300.
So how much na take dey carry? Say na dey carry am bundle. How much na take dey carry am before and now?
Na 2 type of leaf na dey market. Onitsha now, some people go buy 7,500, while some people go buy 8,000. While Jebu Ode sometimes 28,000, 22,000.
But now how much they carry that Jebu Ode on?
Jebu Ode not there for market now. Na Onitsha dey.
How much they carry am now?
Onitsha 7,000 now buy today.
Okay. As of today.
Yes.
So if you say this thing go cheap as this one, no get every say una go sell pumpkin 100 naira for least.
E no dey. Yes.
Why you think say e don dey?
E no dey now. Everything dey change every year now.
So if the thing come dey market for its season now, wetin go come be the difference for how una say dey sell now?
E go come big pass this one. The time e go be big pass this one.
In recent weeks, the supply of ugu has improved due to better weather conditions. It has led to slight change in price, although traders say the market remains unstable. From planting and harvesting to transportation and marketing, pumpkin leaves pass through several stages before reaching consumers. On today's edition of Market Survey, we've shown you that the price of ugu is influenced by farming conditions, transportation costs, and market demand. Understanding this process help explain the change in price of pumpkin leaves in the market.
Of today's edition on Market Survey, and now we know the current price of pumpkin, also known as ugu, here in the market. From the traders, we discovered that it is not even in its season yet, but it is still very much affordable here in the market, being that the least tied pumpkin or ugu leaf is 200 naira. So when it gets to its season, it will be way affordable than it is now. And that's the end of today's edition on Market Survey. I am Stephanie Notoriua.
This is ITV.
Certainly the best.
Ugieni Madonna, Imazedion, Orebo, obviously Agbo, Emanazo, or Ugieni Madonna.
You will have to serve the community for 30 years before you come to this stage. They will ordain you ordain title. Then by then you are one of the elder.
This year now, we don't read the year, so that's why we can do this year.
Historically, joining the Elders Council, an individual must have reached a certain age and must have made significant contributions to the community through leadership, service, or other meaningful ways. There was jubilation in the community as sons and daughters of Okada, both at home and in the diaspora, trooped out to be part of the ceremony with various homes of the initiates agog with festivities. Friends and well-wishers of those initiated into the Elders Council jubilated at the Ogwedion after performing all traditional rites. The elders, known as Edion, in company with their loved ones, danced to their various homes where guests and family members were entertained.
ITV
ITV, certainly the best.
In the evening of the initiation day, all the newly initiated Edion danced to the residents of the Odion Way and also visited some homes of the various senior elders, where Chief Elder Ogbedo Onwonse was very conspicuous, especially at the country home of Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osaro Igbenedion with his family on the night of the initiation. On the following morning, as part of the rite to be performed by the newly initiated Edion in Okada town, the initiates, led by Chief Elder Ogbedo Onwonse, visited the Esama of Benin, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osaro Igbenedion, at his Okada country home residence to pay homage and appreciate him for all he has done in the development of the community, which has placed Okada in world map. They also thanked him for his role in the success of their ceremony. They commended the Esama of Benin as a custodian of Benin cultural heritage and for revitalizing the age-long tradition of the age-grade ceremony.
Sama top press. Sama top press. Push it down, Jali.
Oh, my son, my dear. We say, oh, my dear. Oh, we're not here. Is that where you not over? Yes. You not do so much. Yes, where's it happening? Where's it happening? Oh, it's not here. Where's it? What's my dear? It's comment c'est papa de voici
nous irons ça m'a topé Sama tọpẹ.
Wáyájí máa pọ̀ mí sáàmà mẹ́. Ìgbàgbọ́ rẹ̀ ìgbàgbọ́ rẹ̀. Wáyájí máa pọ̀ mí sáàmà mẹ́. Ìgbàgbọ́ rẹ̀ ìgbàgbọ́ rẹ̀. Wákùn mẹ́pẹ̀lú ìgbìdé jọ. Ìgbàgbọ́ rẹ̀ ìgbàgbọ́ rẹ̀. Wákùn mẹ́pẹ̀lú sáàmà mẹ́. Ìgbàgbọ́ rẹ̀ ìgbàgbọ́ rẹ̀.
The Esama of Benin Kingdom thanked the new Edion for visiting him and advised them to always abide by the rules and regulations of their new positions. The Esama urged them to indulge in what will continue to bring development and progress to the community.
When I say it's your job, I wait to us and I know what I will.
Yes, Papa.
The caliber was in a couple of we say. Who paid you? Who paid you?
Papa.
Ekomwana sewa. Ewa ya lote nete dirwe asewa maboma. Awe buwe dine. Ejo wuki. Ejo na wele. Ejo na kulupe. Ejo na mnuri ya kwa ewa yoda.
Isewa.
Bawe kwa ba. Ojo wele. Kaja de nena ya de wuyi. Bawe kwa de wuna no mase lo kai.
ITV, certainly the best.
This is ITV.
Certainly the best.
This is ITV.
Certainly the best.
Good afternoon and welcome to your favorite current affairs program, 60 Minutes Nigeria. My name is Egosa Agmonlao. It promises to be another exciting package today because we'll be looking at something that you really will be interested in, and that has to do with the influence of religious leaders on governance. Now let me just give you the background before I introduce my guest. Now, on the 1st of February 2026, His Excellency Distinguished Senator Monday Okpebholo, Governor of Edo State, was in Living Faith Church, Ira, to attend the church and to receive prayers. Now that brings to mind the role of religious leaders in governance. How many religious leaders are actually involved in influencing the leaders to leading right, in supporting the leaders to leading right? Or, if you look at it the other way, do leaders recognize the very important role of religious leaders in governance? Governor Okpebholo showed an example that if you occupy public office, you need divine wisdom, you need prayers, you need the support of religious leaders. That's what he did. But it's not for me to say. I have very distinguished religious leaders with me today. These are men who lead congregations and who have also recorded success in other fields of human endeavor. I have Dr. Royal Ayemere, a clergyman, an educationist, and entrepreneur. Nice to have you with us today.
Good afternoon.
He just came back from overseas. You can see everything is showing on him. You are welcome. You will tell us more about that, because we need to bring what we gain from the diaspora to Nigeria to influence Nigeria too. We also have a very reputable, renowned man of God. He's a man that prefers to be called a farmer because he's involved in farming, and he has also empowered so many. Bishop Lucky Omonabiese.
Bless
nice
you,
to have
sir.
you
We'll give God
with us
praise.
today. Okay. Now, like I said, I've given you the background, and you'll be seeing the clip shortly. And I'm going to start with Dr. Roya, who is also an educationist as well. Do we really need the influence of religious leaders on governance?
Thank you very much. Good to know you are there, viewers.
Okay.
First and foremost, in governance, we need everybody.
Okay.
We need the politicians. We need the day-to-day everybody in society.
Okay.
Now, we cannot overemphasize the role of religious leaders in governance for so many reasons. Even in the Bible days, for somebody to become a king, a prophet must endorse him. God speaks to the prophets. Go and anoint so and so to be king over my people. That was how David was chosen. That was how Saul was chosen.
Okay.
That's how a lot of them were chosen. Because religious leaders are people who carry divine presence.
Okay.
They are not just ordinary people. They are needed in governance. They are needed as fathers. They are needed as mentors. They are needed as counselors, as spiritual guides, so that leaders, political leaders, do not err. And at the same time, they know what to do. Because sometimes people who follow political leaders are just there for what they want to gain. Okay. But religious leaders are there for the people. They help these political leaders to know what they ought to do, because they relate more with the masses. They have their ears on the ground. They know what the masses are going through, because they meet with them on a daily basis. People come for counsel and the rest. So from there they can know what to tell, how to counsel political leaders on what to do to make life better for citizens.
Okay, so I'll just also get the opening remarks of Bishop Lucky Omonabiese. Do you really think public office holders, governors, the president, the members of the National Assembly, do you think they need the influence of religious leaders?
Well, seriously, they need their influence. They need their presence. They have to be involved. They have to give the spiritual counsel and physical counsel. They have to guide them so that they can deliver their promises of campaign when they were campaigning for another office. They have to guide them to prayer and everything. And by the time these people are involved, and they didn't go there for their personal interest, then the government, the governor, the senator, whoever they are dealing with, will work well. But if they go there with their personal interest, this is what we are seeing on screen, there will be a different dimension to the discussion.
Okay. So now, on the 1st of February, the governor of Edo State, as I told you earlier, was at Living Faith Church, Irwa, and he received prayers. So I'm going to ask Dr. Royal. Now, I know that leaders do ask for prayers, but sometimes they just say, oh, please, everybody should pray for the governor. But this is a governor now who went straight to the church and knelt down and said he needed prayers. Now, do you think that was the right step in terms of the governor visiting Living Faith Church for prayers to lead Edo State right?
I think that's not the first time the governor is doing that.
Okay.
When Bishop Aboye came to Benin, his program, the governor came. I was in that meeting.
Okay.
And he was grateful. I think for a governor to say, I need divine presence.
Yes.
I need men of God to pray for me. It's not just actually about the men of God. He's actually saying, I need God to succeed. The governance is not child's play. You see, you may not know what the governor is passing through until you sit on the chair where he's sitting. He's going through a lot. He's passed through a lot. So he needs spiritual guidance. It's a right step in the right direction. And I think other governors were emulating, because what the governor is doing, he's towing the right path. Because you can't involve God and fail. He's saying, I don't want to fail. I want God to be involved in the affairs of Edo State. Don't forget, he's the #1 citizen of Edo State. If you look at the history of kings who did well in the Bible days, they involved God in whatever they were doing. So it's the right steps.
Okay, before we take a break, let's also get the comments of Bishop Lucky Omonabia saying,
well, the governor is taking the right step to make sure he involves God to his life so that things can be better for him. And he has continued doing it always. He will get it right, because in the Bible days, all the kings were chosen by the prophet through God. It's just that these are days, so many things happening in the body of Christ. That is making people to feel that it's now like a jamboree business. It's true that we are still some genuine ones who are doing the right thing. For God, those things we are hearing on that. The reason is that we have no special body set up by the Christian body that control the body of Christ, that checkmate the men of God on the altar, know what they are doing with themselves. If that is clear, all this thing we are seeing that people that are to be that thing men of God on the altar will stop. You see things working well, because they are actually God's ambassador, working through God to reach men and direct them well. But the government is doing the right thing, following the footsteps that God himself will direct him well, so that we will not fail the dope people, because we all voted him. Whether we voted him, we not voted, as far as the governor of the whole Edo State, he should do the right thing, so that we will all be praising him tomorrow. I always say every day, he should remember he's from Edo Central. There's a man who came from the angle for Abu Salih. He should be able to follow that example and beat the man record and prove to the whole world that these people, they are doing the right thing.
Thank you very much. Incidentally, I have two men of God from Edo Central, Dr. Royals from Edo Central, Bishop Lucky Omonabia also have roots in Edo Central. Yes, so, and that's the reason they are so passionate, because Professor Abu Salih is one man that will continue to remember, who introduced free education. Professor Abu Salih, in his time, students used to enjoy cooked food by the Bende state government in those days. Professor Abu Salih brought reading materials, exercise books, biro, pens, pencils. People will not forget that man. And that's what they are saying, that distinguished Senator Mondo Ukpewolo really needs these prayers so that he can really surpass what Professor Ambrose Ali did in his days. But we'll talk more if prayers actually can influence leaders, because we've seen that so many leaders, once they are sworn in, some begin to do something different from the expectations of the people despite prayers. But we'll talk about that after this break. It's always a delight to have you back. For those of you spending your 60 minutes with us, we are glad. Those just joining us, you've taken the right decision, because we are looking at the influence of religious leaders on governance, on our leaders. We've seen that after election, after the swearing of public office holders, governors, the president, most times they actually take oath of office, oath of allegiance. But you begin to wonder when you discover that maybe a governor is behaving inimical to the welfare and progress of the people. Sometimes it's appalling that decisions by the president, decisions by governors do not favor the people, do not favor the masses. The masses are suffering, smiling and suffering, putting on agbada and suffering inside the agbada is the situation in Nigeria. So we'll come back to Dr. Royal. Now we've just seen a governor now who went to meet religious leaders and said, pray for me. Now, what is the implication of that development, Dr. Royal?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
It shows, number one, that the governor is a humble man.
Okay.
That speaks of humility. That also shows that he needs divine presence.
Okay.
He knows that the task of governing a state is beyond man. Because, you see, there are a lot of people who meet the governor on a daily basis.
Yes.
People come with different spirits. People come with different things. People can visit different places just to make sure that what they tell the governor to do, he does them.
You are talking about voodoo now.
I'm telling you, even in the Bible, there's a man called Haman who for 1 year was into nonsense because he wanted a particular nation to be destroyed, people in that nation to be destroyed. The Bible told us that for 1 year he was playing oracle, they playing oracle for him, until he went to the king and told the king that one so and so persons to be destroyed. Naturally speaking, the king would have said, let's investigate this matter. Let's know if your allegations are true before I take decision. Yeah. But the king didn't say that. He just signed. And that was all. So a lot of people meet the government. So the government is taking the right. It speaks of humility. It speaks of divine guidance. He is also a way of protection and preservation, and against demonic forces, demonic presence. The man who is doing that, he knows why he's doing it. Governance is not child's play. So that is it. I commend the governor for taking that step. It's a sign that at this point he's telling God, help me to succeed as a governor.
Bishop Lucky Omonabia, we've heard of rumors, allegations that we could not really substantiate, that some persons were saying, oh, there are demons in Aso. There was a time that rumor was really everywhere. Though I don't believe, some people don't believe, but some other persons believe. Do you think that some persons can actually use voodoo power to influence the decisions of governors and maybe a president?
Very correct, sir.
Okay.
If you get to the book of Daniel chapter 6, Bible says a certain man called Daniel was elevated.
Yeah.
And so 3 men came together and told them, say, not when they are alive. And they made sure that the king signed a certain evil decree to send the man to the lion den. Now, it took Daniel prayerfully with his knee for God to intervene, divine intervention, to help him out of that danger. So it happened with the governor. In anything you are doing, the governor, the president, anything you are holding political class, there are people visit so many funny altars just to make sure the person in charge fail. Because men, as a governor, you came up from a certain party, and that party, and those that don't like that party, Actually, he already have political enemies who will be praying for his failure. He understood that the world is full of evil. That's why he connected to God. So let me need God to help me to overcome all those that want to fail. I want to fail. All the things he's saying, we do this, flower here and there, roast here and there. As he's saying it on the telly, people are hearing it. The people that are watching it, who are not happy with him, want it to fail. Then if he does not follow the route of prayers and divine guidance, he will surely fail. There are some men of God who open church, who carry heavy anointing, but because there are some forces who wanted to fail in the environment, can manipulate some evil members and make sure the man of God fail.
Even in the church?
Yes, sir. I've been preaching for 30 years. I found out for 20 years. And that's not what I'm talking about. Then the governor needed it to work. That's why I meet God. Meet the pastor, they will pray for him, whether he can succeed. We always say, pray for your leaders, and they can succeed. That's what he's doing. He's doing the right thing. And also pray for him that God should give him grace to fulfill and complete all the project he's doing for Edo South, Edo Central, and Edo North.
Thank you very much. I think the governor really needs prayers, because now that unexpectedly, there's rainfall now. And if wisdom is not applied, some contractors will run away from site. They will not complete ongoing road construction projects. These are unforeseen circumstances. I think the governor really needs prayers so that he can actually superintend over these contractors to complete the roads. Only yesterday I drove through Ohun Road in Oluku, and I noticed that Ohun Road is under construction. And despite the rainfall, I noticed that the contractors were there. I was really surprised. I said, oh, this is what should be going on. No contractor should run away from site because of rainfall. I think these prayers are really necessary.
Seriously?
Yes, but Dr. Roya, what advice do you really have for this governor to succeed?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
First and foremost, you see, seeking prayers is a sign that he understands his inadequacy.
Yeah.
That he needs extra strength. The second thing that, because after the prayers, what you do next matters a lot.
Okay.
Because praying for a man who is not willing to do the right thing will not still make him do the right thing. Because the Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the man speaks. But one thing I say about the governor, being that he is the one moving, going to look for prayer, not like, pastors or people pressuring him, go and look for prayer. If he's the one making the move, it shows that he tells well. My advice to him is that he should keep doing the good work. He should keep let him surround himself with people who will tell him the truth, even if it hurts him. Because most times people around governors do not have the temerity, the sagacity to tell him the truth. Even if it hurts, let him look for, even if there are 1, 2, or 3 persons who he can look at me in the eye and tell me what I need to do, how I need to do it. Because I think one of the clips I saw the other day, the governor was already telling somebody that people are angry that he doesn't want to share money. I think nobody should be angry that the governor is not sharing money. He wasn't elected to share money. He was elected to govern Edo State, not to share money. So hearing that alone, I just say this governor is ready to do the work, because it means he's not bound to the whims and caprices of certain persons to just siphon Edo State cake.
Is government house a bank that money is being shared? Why are certain politicians always looking forward to a governor that would like to share money?
It is because many politicians see politics as their office, politics as their mainstream of income, which ought not to be. You're supposed to be a businessman. You have a professional career that you are pursuing. Then politics is just by the way. It's supposed to be by the wayside. But in this part of the world, it has become a normal way of life. That somebody becomes a commissioner, a governor, in the space of 2 years, he has become a multi-billionaire. So now it is business that people even take loan from bank to campaign for election. So I think the governor should not share money. He should keep doing the good work. At least there is the first flyover we are seeing now in Benin City, the one at Rama Park. I think that's the bridge there. I think we are seeing another thing like that going on at Adesua. So it shows that the governor is He's doing everything possible to write his name in gold. He should not be distracted. He should maintain focus. And all the promises he promised Edo people, he should make sure he carry them out. Because that is what that's what we guarantee second tenure for him.
Yes, Bishop Lucky, we've noticed that some public office holders,
yes, sir,
once they are elected, once they are sworn in, they are distracted. Some of them, they start doing things that you will be shocked that is this governor aware that this is not the reason for which he was elected? You know, so what's your advice for this governor?
Well, I advise my honorable governor should continue his good work. We have obstacles. We have people that don't want to see him succeed. Just have to focus so they can succeed. They must make sure all the promises, campaign promises, all the thing must be fulfilled. Not just in his own central district. Okay. We have Edo South. Edo South, I keep on saying, we have Edo South, we have the largest land of farming. We need food. It should encourage farmers. Give them security. As you are using the road, building hospital, flyover, but we need food. Because a hungry man can't climb flyover. We need food.
Yes. I need to reiterate that. Bishop Lord of Olabese said, Your Excellency, Bishop Lord of Olabese said, a man that is hungry cannot climb flyover. He cannot even climb the steps. Yeah. You know, so the people need food. Yes.
Yeah, we need food.
Yes.
I am very happy what he's doing.
Okay.
I'll be able to go to travel to the Donut, etc. Everywhere. I'm happy. But this area, the government is not touching.
Okay.
The area of agriculture, the area of food. Hunger is worse than HIV. Hunger. A mother is hungry. Reason different from any other person. A hungry man can look at this AC, brown white, think it's brown. Because his eyes are dim.
Yes.
His brain will be working at the clockwise. Because it's hungry.
Okay.
Then the government is a practice, pharmacies, it should encourage. No, I'm not saying you can't give us your money. Look for these big farmers. Then they don't sad. Then they don't know. Invest in them so that by June this year we should be enjoying food, because hunger make a good man to become a bad man.
Thank you very much. I think we'll talk about that, because hunger really, when somebody is hungry, sometimes it's not even seeing you properly. It's not reasoning properly, and that's why they say hungry man is a angry man. You know, there's that in the local palace. Hungry man is an angry man. Well, we'll talk about the influence of religious leaders on governance after this break. In Nigeria, we've been talking on the influence of religious leaders and the different dimensions, schools of thought have actually crept in. And Bishop Lucky Omonabese just talked about the issue of hunger, that yes, the governor is good. He called on religious leaders to pray for him, but he should also look at his style of governance, that there's need for investment in the agricultural sector so that food, surplus food can be made available, that some people cannot even afford 3 square meals again. People are hungry in the land and they need food. Once there is food, people will be able to reason properly. A man without food cannot reason properly. May not even understand the policies of government. May not understand the shine agenda, because hunger is troubling him or her. Well, something just happened today, which is in the news now, and that had to do with the Electoral Act. And public office holders, the politicians are the ones that are elected. As we prepare for 2027 election, the Senate has rejected the electronic transmission of election results. Gentlemen, we'll start with Dr. Royal. Are you comfortable with this?
I think at this point in our history, in our political history, in our national history, every well-meaning politician for this nation should begin to think of how to move this country forward, not to take us backward or to make us stagnant. You see, in America, you don't see queue. People can vote from any point. People can vote from anywhere. So I don't see any reason why every year we have people that we elected. We elected them, senators were elected by the people to go and represent the interest of the people, not their interest, the interest of the people. Nigeria at this point is overdue for electronic transmission of results, because that is one of the ways we have transparency, accountability. That's why we can hold INEC accountable, because I see no reason why people who are learned, people who are literate will be fighting against technology in transmission of results. I think Nigeria should come out to reject that move that Senate, the Nigerian Senate is making. Nigeria should come out en masse to reject it, that at this time of our history, nobody that we elected will take us backward. Or Nigeria should mark those persons who were responsible for saying that this move.
Let me quickly interject, so that we don't want incite the people.
No, we are not inciting, sir.
Okay.
So that they don't return to the House of Senate again.
Okay.
Yes. It's that time we let them know. It's either you represent us, okay, or you come back home.
Thank you very much. Bishop Lucky, electronic transmission was rejected by the Senate from the Electoral Act.
If you ask me, it's a very wrong move.
Okay.
We are a few months will be 66 years after defended. A 66-year-old man should have grandchildren who are already graduated University of Benin. Yes, now this country is now 66 years old. Now people in the Senate ought to be thinking forward. They are rejecting something that is acceptable all over the whole world. Meaning they have a plan to keep on dealing with us. That when you see white, the day in the night become black. Then we as Nigeria, I'm a Nigerian person, I'm from Nigeria, from Edo State, and I will remain in Nigeria. I cannot claim British. Then we are saying today, that's my opinion, that they should revise that thing and accept it, because we need to be do everything electronics, so that we will know as we are voting, we know what we are is going to our reporter, we know what we are doing. Not that we are voting later, they will tell us that the machine have fault and we know there's no light. We will pass in the day of election, we will donate our generator to my polling booth where I will be voting.
Yes.
So that they will not say there's no light.
Everybody will bring generator to the polling unit.
Yeah, so that we'll be voting and we're getting it right. Rejecting this bill is shown to the whole entire universe that Nigeria, people that are governors, their brain is far from this age.
I think let me quickly add to what Bishop said. You see, at this, I relate with the people.
Yes.
I relate with commoners. I relate with street people. As of today, if you ask 10 Nigerians, are you going to vote in the next election? 8 will tell you we are not going. Because what will my vote do?
So that is a voter party.
What will my vote do? After all, my vote doesn't count. So the more you try to preach, I don't know why, anytime we are approaching the election, these political leaders come with policies and laws that kills people morale to go and vote. Because that alone, that step alone, has also weakened the resolve of many people to go and vote. You now look like, after all, I've said it before, what will my vote? Will my vote count? Will my vote matter? The Nigerian Senate, I think, with immediate effect, they should go back and sit and revert that decision. And I think those who told them to do that should also tell them to go and change it, because Nigerians are not happy.
Thank you very much. Okay, now let's come back to our discussion proper now.
Yes, sir.
You know, there's something you said, that because of the way some men of God are behaving, some ministers are behaving,
yes, sir,
some are not behaving right. You said it.
Yeah.
And because of that, some Nigerians seem not to have confidence in them. So when they see a governor ask for prayers in a church, some persons will say, oh, in the US they don't ask for prayers. Governors in states in the US, they don't ask for prayers. Rather, things are being done. Policies are implemented for the benefit of the people. That you don't see any governor in a US state say, oh, please pray for me. That before you even desire to be a governor, you have the capacity, you are competent, you are knowledgeable, you have everything to ensure that you can actually lead the people. So Do you think this issue of prayer should always be coming in?
You know, we are not America. We are Africa.
Okay.
Our reason is different from their reason.
Okay.
They are far developed than us. Then the kind of politics we play in Nigeria is politics of hatred. We have no continuity. If he's a governor now for 8 years, he started this IT, a very big communication company. If I now become a governor, I will abandon it.
You want to even kill what the former governor did?
That kind of spirit is in our gene. The governor knew that the kind of environment we find ourselves a very toxic environment, full of power, black, and all the demonic way of operation. Then he need prayer. But after prayer, he should use his own brain to make sure things are working. Because why we pray for you? It's not just to pray to give offering to the church. No, we are praying for you to make sure the whole thing you promise Edo people is done. Get it done. Prayer is good. You that we are praying for have your own energy and force. Bible said God gave you power to make way. Get your energy and force. Make sure sometimes you step on toes to make the masses happy. Because the masses are the ones that will be happy, not people surrounding your table. Those guys at your table are not in this country. They flew in and flew out. We are the one in this country. I live in the Yowa here. Some politicians that have not been to Yowa since they left that place. But they are from that community. You will call them to say, I'm coming, they want to see them. But the governor should understand after prayer, I should do that. And number two, why people do not respect men of God is because so many men of God are not cultured. They are not trained. They did not pass through the process to know the ethics of ministry. All they do is just they are called by God, went to one church, trained by a church, they can see vision, prophesy, now next thing he opened his own church. Everybody are not general overseer. Some are Apollos, some are Paul. But today everybody in the body of Christ are Paul, no Apollos.
People will not understand those terminology. But I believe what Bishop is saying is that yes, for you to be a minister, you must be trained so that you can exhibit character, good conduct that the people can be proud of, not some kind of funny things being said about some minister. That's what he's saying. But all the same he's saying, Mr. Governor, yes, you have received prayers, but you need to act. They say prayer without works.
Faith without works.
Faith without works.
Is dead.
So you have received prayers, you must work.
He has been empowered.
Yes. So is it only prayer that should be the focus when people are elected?
Thank you.
Okay.
You see, I think there is barely any politician in Nigeria today when they are desiring or seeking political office that doesn't go to church.
They go around.
They go around. They go to church, they go to mosque, they go to shrine. Anywhere they know prayer is being done, prayer is being offered, they go there. Like I said a moment ago, it's not just about the prayers, it's about your heart. If the heart of the candidate is not right, some just do this prayer thing to get endorsement. Oh, he went to that church, that popular church, so all the members of that ministry queue behind him because he went to. In fact, politicians are not taking it let's look for a big church to attend, so that when it's election time, the members of the church can just queue behind us. We already have votes. That is one of their strategy now. But I think we are approaching the situation where we no longer look at your church. We no longer look at we look at what you can do. We look at your track record. You see, after prayers, it needs to go to work. But the truth is, the work of governance is not only for the governor alone. He should look for right-minded people, putting square peg in square hole, a round peg in round hole. Because we have a situation in this nation where a lawyer was minister for power in this nation, and a lawyer was minister of works. We saw what happened. I think the minister of power now, I think I was told he's an accountant or something like that. Look at every day the national grid is collapsing because we have a square peg being placed in a round hole. It doesn't fit. He shouldn't use political office to settle political whatever.
Politicians.
Yeah, settle politicians, because you did this in the election. let people merit what they are doing. And as I'm telling you now, let people merit every office is put in there. Let them qualify for it. Don't just use office to settle godfathers. And then, okay, people are there, they are not answerable to you, they are answerable to a godfather. How do you think the state will run? The governor should do the right thing. It's not just prayer, because if you pray, if you are pouring water on a stone, it will not become soft. So it will still become a beautiful stone. So it's not just to receive prayer. Let him make up his mind to walk. And I'm sure he's working already. Okay, Bishop Lonkemonabies, as we gradually conclude. Yes, sir. Now, yes, prayer is good. Yes, sir. You have talked about the aspect of agriculture, that the governor should focus on agriculture. Are there other areas? Because the governor seems to be focused on this flyover thing. Yeah. And some persons are saying only flyover cannot help Edo State. That there are so many, for instance, insecurity is a problem in Edo State. Then the roads in the various communities, some persons are asking, and I think I need to quickly say this, Bishop. Now, in Edo South, how many new communities do we have? Can Edo State government actually inform the public of the data, the number of new communities that have opened up? Now, those new communities, don't they need tarred roads? They need it. Is it only in the city center that we need tarred roads? The new communities also need tarred roads. They pay taxes. Yeah. Some persons manage to build houses in new communities. Now, to access the city center is a problem because the roads are not tarred. So, Mr. Governor, some persons are of the opinion that it's not only flyover. We need roads in the new communities. If you take Edo South, the new communities. For instance, if you look at this Oluku now, I've always said it on this program, because we have the opportunity of going around Oluku. Yes, sir. Many roads in this Oluku are not motorable. So you don't need to, I've said it more than once, and I believe government officials should come to Oluku, look at all those inner roads. You will discover no roads. There are no roads. Some places in Oluku find it difficult to come to the tarred road from the inner part of the of this community. Once there's a rainfall, those small roads that even the landlords manage to create will just be flooded, and people are stranded. Are they not part of Edo State? They are part of the same thing with other communities. Yes, sir. So, what other areas do you think this governor should look at? Now, the governor should focus on agriculture, because food is very, very important. They build this our Edo security network, give them the vigilante, empower them more than the one is doing now. They do all these our roads inside the community that lead to farm, lead to different where we can bring the crops to the meta. It should be tied, should be maintained, because if you go to Iyowasa, all those villages, if you enter their road from that tar road to their farm, you can't even drive it with your bike. Not if you can. The people that apply that road, they are scrapped. Then with that kind of situation, these people are farming will not be able to transport their product to the main town. And because they are using high cost of transportation, there will also be high cost of selling their product to the consumers. The governor here is doing flyover, everything fine. As I said, it's only a mother of 8 satisfied that can climb the flyover. You should understand that there are nobody will be hungry and thinking of climbing the flyover. They have to tackle that area, because if you pass Iyowa, go to Odeka, those villages, you will be surprised that some have to carry their load their head straight to the main road. No third road, because even their machine cannot pass the place if it is rain. As it just rain now, the place is sleeping because it's so bad. Okay, your concluding remarks, Dr. Roya. Concluding remarks. Thank you. Okay. I think the governor, like Bishop said, he should look at how to employ our youth. Okay. And create employment for our youth, because the rate of insecurity is because the youth are jobless. A man who is working will hardly have time to commit crime. That's true. Secondly, our educational system, ethics and values should be reintroduced. into our educational system. Let people know that there's dignity in labor. Because I think now we are not investing, we are not investing in education as much as we should. Because education, if you give a man education, it has a way of reducing insecurity. It has a way of making people enlightened that there are certain things an educated man will not do because he's enlightened. So we invest in education. During the Oshomole era, the red roof was a slogan. In the Oshomole era, I think when Obaseki came, the curriculum that the teachers were using became a slogan.
Yes, sir.
This governor should consolidate on that. Let him empower our educational system. In fact, if possible, declare state of emergency in that education, then empower our youth. Let's take our youth off the street. We have youth in Edo State who have people following them massively on social media. They should use these persons as ambassadors to recruit youth. Let's train some into music, train some into comedy and the rest of that. Let them get busy. It will reduce crime.
Thank you very much. I want to thank my guest, Bishop Lonke Monabia. Thank you very much for your comments. I believe that government officials will heed your call. Thank you, Dr. Roya Ayemere. I also believe that government officials will heed your call. This program serves as a platform for enlightenment, discussion, sensitization, and I believe that once we make comments here, it's not to castigate anyone, but rather it's our own way of supporting good governance. The prayers offered at Living Faith Church Irua, that was commendable. We thank Mr. Governor for recognizing that he needs help, he needs God. But the guests are saying, after prayer, you need to sit down, you need to meditate, you need to think out of the box how you can develop Edo State. That you have a role model, Professor Ambrose Ali from Ekpoma, who did wonders when he was governor of Bende State, now defunct Bende State. And some persons still remember how free books, free textbooks, writing materials were given by the government of defunct Bende State to students, to schools. Some of the persons who benefited from Ambrose Ali's free education are leaders today, but they are not reenacting what Ambrose Ali did. They enjoyed it, but they are not ensuring that other persons enjoy what they enjoyed in their time. That's not good. On that note, I say thanks for being a part of 60 Minutes Nigeria. This week's edition has been interesting. By the grace of God, next week will be more interesting. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.
Omonomba Nedo Ukwakwalokpolo Ewai II, Oba of Benin, performing during the 2025 Ododua Festival. Ododua Festival is unique as it was organized in honor of Ioba Omoni Hwoyeme, Ioba Ewai II, as part of activities for her burial rites. The rich traditions and cultural heritage of the Benin Kingdom were showcased when His Royal Majesty Ewai II engaged the floor to perform during Ugie Ododua in the palace ground in Benin City. In the dance performance, the Ogbelaka Royal Drummers supplied the needed impetus and rhythm for the dance. However, tributes are paid by the head of Benin deities to the monarch, who was the cynosure at the event. The event can best be imagined as the spiritual rejuvenation, stunned, spectaculars and guests at the colorful ceremony. 7 masquerades representing 7 spirits and deities conveyed different meaning in company with the head of the deities of Benin, with the Oba of Benin, who exhibited a grand cultural dexterity in his dance steps.
Some days, there comes the Ugemobo Festival, which the Oba celebrates outside the palace gate. A pavilion is built of red cloth where rites are performed to drive away all evil spirits still unsatisfied by the year's sacrifices. The Ugemobo Festival is to commemorate an event in Benin history which dates back to 1504 AD.
Yari yari, Ọba Tope.
The Oba of Benin added a colorful mood to the year's celebration as he walks round the city center amidst cheers. The Ekoko masquerades from Ute village, whose cult is connected with Obaeware and his mother, Elere, appear on this occasion to bless the Oba. Ekoko is a ritual masquerade that dances to please the guests and the Oba.
ITV, certainly the best.
This is ITV.
Certainly the best.
Once again, we want to thank you very specially for staying with us on the program Icons on ITV. I'm Sonny Duke Okosun. My guest today on the program is UK-based and, of course, has been helping young people fulfill their potentials away from violence and some of the vagaries of life that usually inhibit the progress and development of young people. Isosa Hekoma, Big Sosa Hekoma is with us in the studio. Thank you for joining us. Now, you said a while ago that you are in school now, studying criminology and sociology. How has that experience been for you?
Obviously, at first, I'd definitely say it was very, very difficult because not being in education and then going back to education, it's easy for you to feel like, you know what's the point? But it's like, for me, one thing that's kept me going is that I'm not just doing it for myself, I'm doing it for all the young people looking at me, looking to me, looking at me as a role model and everything else. And especially being a public speaker and also being a voice for these young people, it's like everything I do in my life is basically make sure that they know anything is possible. So it's like I have that burden too, on top of everything else I'm doing when it comes to the educational aspect. But balancing work and also university, very, very difficult. Even in being in Nigeria, like literally yesterday, I spent at least 2-3 hours having to do my assignment and everything else, making sure that it always get done. So it's very hard balancing it. But like I said, the education and the degree is not just for me. It's also a sign to all young people that we can do it.
You have 2 daughters now.
Yeah.
Beautiful daughters. So what's the level? How would you describe the influence of being, because now you are a father, you're a student, and you're also a worker. How are you able to put all of this together, especially the family life, taking care of your kids?
I would definitely say, for me, it's a balance. It's like literally, I work hard. I always make sure I work hard because at the end of the day, if you want to achieve something in life, you gotta work hard, 100%. So always make sure I work hard, always make sure that obviously I have time to spend with my family and be able to invest in my kids, because at the end of the day, they're the biggest investment I can make in this world. And then the university fits in when it fits in. Like literally taking at least a couple hours to read or research or take time, but also because of what I study, and because of the job that I do, they work together. So if now, let's say I'm doing a research on, like, let's say forced criminality. Let's say I'm doing a research on someone who was involved in, like, creating, actually, you know what? The best one to use is Andrew Tate. So obviously, there's a influencer called Andrew Tate. And obviously, because I'm studying sociology, I had to write about it. I had to write about what is the negative stereotypes when it comes to masculinity and everything else. And obviously, I focused it on Andrew Tate. And for me, it's like I'm able to use that same information into my public speaking. Because whatever I find on, let's say, the research I've wrote, I'm able to then implement that into my profession. So it's quite good because they come in hand, the lived and also learned experience. And I believe at the end of the day, because I have lived experience of a subject, it's good, but learned experience has put me on a different type of standard, different type of category. and that's the place I plan on being, is being involved in rooms that I'm able to make serious impact.
Okay. You've been away for about 20 years. You left at the age of 7. You left Nigeria for the UK at the age of 7. And now you're back after 20 years. Share with us what the feeling is like, and why was it impossible for you to connect home this period? I mean, I haven't gone through all that you went through, but at some point there was some level of stability. Is your dad still alive? Do you have somebody back home, maybe a mother, grandmother? I mean,
no, I would say that obviously, like my mom obviously tried to travel when I was 2. So, and that's when she disappeared. Okay. And when I was 2, my father died at the age of when I was 15. So for me, it was like connections with my family. I didn't have any. So I didn't really know my family growing up like that. Maybe at some point I might speak to my grandma and everything else, but I didn't really know my family, and I didn't keep consistent. And also over there, I was trying to survive. Not getting killed every single day. So it was like,
that was less of your concern.
Like, at that moment of time, it's like to think, oh yeah, you know what, I might need to fly to Niger quickly, or am I able to fly to Nigeria? I was thinking, right, I need to survive today, survive tomorrow, survive next week. And then, but also, I'll say later on as an adult, what also prevented me from coming earlier, before my grandma passed away, was that I didn't have my status in the country. So for me, if I was to leave the UK, I would not be able to go back to my kids. So it was like, I couldn't take that risk. I had to make sure that was sorted out first. And that was sorted out, thankfully, thanks to the UN, the start of this year. And after it was sorted at the start of this year, when I went to go speak at the United Nations, it was a fact where it was no-brainer I was gonna come at the end of this year to go see my family. But also, I thought to myself, I'm not just going to take this opportunity just to go reconnect to a family. I'm also going to take this opportunity to find out more about myself, who I am. Because growing up, I've always felt like I had a hole in my chest because I didn't know who I was. I didn't know where I come from. I didn't know my tradition and everything else. Especially trying to fit in the UK, easy for you to lose your culture and everything else. And I lost a lot of that because I wasn't surrounded by my people. I wasn't surrounded by my family members. I was surrounded a lot by UK culture and the UK custom. So I got used to that. And now, coming home and being connected with my own culture and where I'm from is one of the most important things. And this whole week, I'll say that 1, trying foods, 2, trying, pure water and all of these type of things and all of that. Like, these are the old things I'm trying, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, like, okay, it's okay. I can do with this. But at first it was very much like, oh no. Even coming there, like, and having my cousins and that, they laugh at me because I'm constantly putting mosquito creams on and that. Because I'm scared. I'm like, yo, like, is this a mosquito bite? Tell me right now, like, I'm taking the tablets. Like, they were cousins, they laugh at me because they think to myself, nah, you be UK boy. Literally. But it's like, I find it very much welcoming. Like being back home, getting in touch with my roots, understanding where my people, what my people have gone through, who they are. Like this whole week, I just remember sitting down and speaking to my team and just saying to my team, like, Nigerian young kids, they work hard.
Extremely hard.
They work hard. Imagine if they were given the opportunities that they deserve. If they were given these...
They'll fly. They'll fly.
Nigerians will be problems, I swear. I swear. If they were given some serious opportunities, I swear, these kids will be a hazard to the world. And I'm not talking about it negatively, I'm talking positively. Like, they would make sure that this economy grows differently.
Okay. Let's talk about who when you look around from where you're coming from, where you are today, you certainly know where you're going. So who are those people that have inspired you, like role models? When you look up to them, you see their lifestyle, you see their life journey, you see their story that's really inspired you.
I would say for me, it sounds kind of crazy, but I would say Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, all of these people where for me, they were able to make change. Like, they were able to start a revolving door. And that's how I look at it. I look at it as something where it's like we're able to start a revolving door, able to, it's like if I don't end up making the changes that I want to make, at least I've opened the door for other people to make them changes.
Okay.
I'll say those are mainly my role models. But apart from that, I'm also learning obviously a bit more about Fela Kuti, his mum, the activism that they obviously how he used music as activism, how his mum was very standing up for women's rights and everything else. So I'm also learning about my own people, my own activists and my own culture, where I'm so prideful, I'm so proud of, like literally, and I'm happy that I'm able to make them changes in the UK, but also now pushes me to think, okay, I can make them changes there. What can I do at home?
Interesting. I mean, when I first saw you today, I concluded that probably you're a rap artist, or maybe you're doing hip hop, or you're doing any of this stuff, the way you look. So this genre of music, which of them, really interests you the most?
Which, what would you say?
Music.
The question?
Yes,
music.
Yeah.
What type of music?
Yeah.
Me, I'm a Benin boy, man. I like Charlie Poppy. I'm a Benin boy.
All right. I know you left pretty young at age 7. So then you could speak Pidgin.
Yeah.
Can you speak Pidgin now? You see, Sabi speak Pidgin.
I'll say the most I probably know is how far now, how you did. Literally, even my grandma, and my grandma and my aunties and that, they tried to teach me obviously Tutu, Yoruba, like Akaro, Ekaso, all of these type of things and that. So for me, it's like I'm I'm learning.
Okay.
I'm learning.
So apart from how far now,
how you did, how your side,
okay, it's improving, it's getting better.
What do you call it? I'm learning. Okay, I know a few things. I can understand. That's the main thing. Yeah, I can understand.
Okay, now back home, you've been interacting with people, right? So, what projects do you have, like a platform to engage young people, dissuade their mind from violent activity? I mean, if you've been following some of the happenings back home, there's been a lot of issues around cultism, gangsterism, and all of those stuff. So do you have maybe like a project or a platform to have that sort of engagement to dissuade their minds from stuff?
So for me right now, is basically, I feel like to make change, you got to understand the field and the economy you're dealing with. And that's where I believe this trip was very important for me. Because coming here at first was very much focused on trying to understand why people take that risk to travel illegally out of the country. And then obviously understanding that opportunities and everything else was one of the main things.
Okay.
It's a thing where, like, obviously I have a charity in the UK. So it's a thing where for me, I'm trying to then obviously see what opportunities I'm able to create over here for young people too. And I'll say it's creating work, creating, like, literally wanted to create like resorts and all of these type of things and opening more opportunities for young people in this country. But like I said, you've got to understand it to be able to think of a solution.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like this trip has been for me, is understanding. I'm here for like a month. I'm here for a whole month. I'm not here for no 2 weeks or 1 week and then think, I'm going to leave. I'm here for the whole month. I'm here till January. And the reason I'm here till January is because I really want to understand everything. And I don't think even after that month I'm going to understand everything. I'm even sitting there with my team planning to come back next year.
Okay.
Like, I'm planning to come back a lot more so I can start implementing and be involved in making these changes back home.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, yes, I'm able to make changes in the UK. And I'm very happy I'm able to make changes in the UK. But I'm Nigerian. That's where I'm from.
Yeah.
This is where my people are. Like, if I'm not able to help and make changes with my own people, then really and truly, who am I? Like, that's one thing that's important for me. That's one thing I take pride in. Like literally, I'm able to make change in the UK, and I'm happy. The influence and everything else, being involved in the government, being involved in the policy changing, being involved in researches, being involved in documentaries, and being the face of forced criminality in the UK. I'm happy about that. But then now I've moved over to then being a face of criminality when it comes into the United Nations.
Yeah.
I'm happy about that too. But I'm also Nigerian. I'm gonna have to come home. My kids are gonna have to come here.
Definitely.
Like literally. So if I'm not able to make these changes over here and also help my people, lad, I don't really feel like I've done enough. So for me, it's the vision is more than the UK now, more than the United Nations. It's also making sure I'm able to create something here. Like if it's a little something to start that change, then that's cool. But able to create that.
Okay, what's your advice for Nigerians in diaspora who had the opportunity to make impact, but a little bit reticent coming back home like you did? I spoke with someone today in Canada. He was saying, or he heard that back home there are insecurity challenges, people are being kidnapped. You didn't hear those stories?
Of course I did.
Would I be comfortable to say that, you know, maybe because of your past life journey, that really didn't bother you?
I wouldn't say it didn't bother me. I'd definitely say I'm coming into a new country, like this. I might have been born here. This is also new for me, though. Like, so 100%, security and safety is always the important thing for me. But I'm also very, I would say, aware of my surroundings. I'm able to read rooms, and they're also able to be observant. So for me, although that these things do bother me and these things do worry me, but I also believe that if we had more opportunities over here and them opportunities were created over here, that it'll be less. So it's a thing where, like, I can't blame people for how they're living or what they're being forced to end up having to do. Okay. But what I can do is come from a non-judgmental perspective, come from a open-minded perspective to be able to understand what went wrong and how it can be fixed. So for me, yes, I'll say yes, I was scared. But two, I'm also aware of the fact that personally, I know how to read a room and I also know how to read threats. I've survived, I'll probably say 10, 11 years of people shooting at me, people trying to put holes in me. Like, so it's like for me, a month, I can do.
Interesting.
Like, literally, I can do the month.
All right, as we gradually conclude this interaction, how do you spend your time? You're not working, you're not schooling, what do you do for leisure?
I'll be real with you. There's a lot of people ask me this question of how do I, like, calm down. Yeah. There is no such thing as calming down if you want to achieve a goal or achieve a vision. Okay. Like, I'll say 24/7, we're constantly working. And that's just not, I believe if I can run a drug phone 24/7, I can run a business 24/7. And that's one advice I'll give every single young person. If you can run a criminal organization or be part of a criminal organization, then 100% you are a made entrepreneur, 1,000%. And that's one thing I encourage all young people that I work with in the UK. If you can run a phone, you can run the business. That's exactly what I end up doing. I use the exact same formula and the exact same, I'll say, structure of running a drug empire to create a business. That's exactly what I've done. And I believe anyone can do that.
I just like that parting shot. If you can run a drug empire, you can run a business. It's basically, you know, giving it the energy, that same energy that you had, and then of course you realize your potentials and fulfill your dreams. Big Sosa, it's been a pleasure talking with you. I'm sure there are lots of things to learn from the conversation so far with our guests here. Please don't fail to leave a comment on any of our social media platforms where you'll be watching this video. I would like to know what you think about this interaction. If you learned something, please share with us. We'll be glad to know. Thank you so much for coming on the program Icons on ITV. And we wish you the very best.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. And that's it on this week's edition of the program Icons. Hope you had a great time with us. Be sure to join us next week, same time on this channel. I'm Sonny Duke Okosun. Do have a beautiful week ahead. Bye for now.
This is ITV.
Certainly the best.
some days, there comes the Ugemobo Festival, which the Oba celebrates outside the palace gate. A pavilion is built of red cloth where rites are performed to drive away all evil spirits still unsatisfied by the year's sacrifices. The Emobo Festival is to commemorate an event in Benin history which dates back to 1504 AD.
Yari yari, Ọba Tope.
The Oba of Benin added a colorful mood to the year's celebration as he walks round the city center amidst cheers.
A very beautiful afternoon to you, and thank you for joining us on the ITV News. For this time, I am Lawrence Osifo. Some of the stories we're tracking for you will begin from the National Assembly, where members of the Joint National Assembly Conference Committee constituted to reconcile differences in the Electoral Amendment Bill passed separately by the Senate and the House of Representatives are expected to meet on Monday as lawmakers move to transmit a harmonized version to President Bola Tinubu for assent. A joint panel made up by members from both chambers, the House of Representatives and Senate, has been given a one-week window to resolve the contentious provisions in the bill, notably those dealing with the electronic transmission of election results. The decision to harmonize the bill follows the passage of different versions by the Senate and the House of Representatives, particularly on the role of technology in result collation and transmission. The current amendment process is coming on the heels of the controversies that trailed the 2023 general election, especially the failure of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to upload presidential election results to its result viewing portal, IREV, in real time. Vice President Kashim Shettima has arrived in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia for the 39th ordinary session of the Assembly of the African Union AU Heads of State and Government. Shettima was received by Bole International Airport in Ethiopia's Minister of Innovation and Technology, Belete Mola. Representing President Bola Tinubu, he will also attend the 30th ordinary session of the AU General Assembly scheduled for 14th and 15th of February 2026. Discussions will center on sustainable water management and improved sanitation systems. Leaders will also review broader development goals under the AU's agenda in 2063's framework beyond the main session of heads of state and government. The Vice President will attend high-level and high-side events. Let's take you to Benue State, north-central Nigeria, where abductors of 9 worshippers at St. John's Catholic Church, Ojije, in Utonkon Agol local government area of Benue State have demanded a ransom of 100 million naira. The victims, comprising women and youth, were holding a vigil at a church when they were abducted around 2 a.m. on Sunday. According to a family member of one of the victims who spoke anonymously, the abductors first made contact with the families on Wednesday and demanded the sum of 100 million naira. The source added that during negotiations in the early hours of Thursday, the kidnappers reduced the ransom to 30 million naira. The source further said that security agencies have been deployed to the area, but they have yet to apprehend the kidnappers and rescue their people. The Benue State Police Command spokesperson, DSP Udeme Idet, is yet to officially comment on the issue. In Ibadan, southwestern Nigeria, where a 12-year-old pupil have been abducted in a challenge area of Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, in the early hours of Thursday. The incident was confirmed by the Oyo State Police Command, which said that the girl was allegedly kidnapped while on her way home from school. In a statement signed by the State Police Public Relations Officer Ayanlade Olayinka, the pupil was abducted at about 7:20 a.m. as she alighted from a vehicle and conveyed her to school at a junction leading to the school premises. The command disclosed that the matter was promptly reported to the police and that detectives were immediately deployed to the scene for preliminary assessment and fact findings. The police also confirmed that the victim's parents have been contacted and are working closely with investigators as efforts intensify to secure a safe rescue of the child. A U.S. Marine of Nigerian descent, Chukwuemeka Ofora, has been declared dead following a tragic incident in which he fell overboard from the amphibious assault ship USS Iwo Jima in the Caribbean Sea. The 21-year-old Florida native and Lance Corporal infantry rifleman reportedly fell from the ship on the evening of February 7th, 2026 during a routine operations and was lost at the sea. He was pronounced dead after a search that ended on February 10th. Ofura, who was assigned to the 3rd Battalion, 6th Marine Regiment out of Camp Legion in North California, was deployed with the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit Special Operations capable as part of Iwo Jima Amphibious Ready Group. A statement from the U.S. Marines contained no details of how he may be falling from the ship, but expressed condolences to the victim's family. Edo State Governor Senator Monday Ukpebolo performed the traditional kickoff to commence the final march of the 3rd edition of the Kada Unity Cup amidst pomp and ceremony. The governor, who was represented by his deputy Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, also presented the trophy and cash awards to the winning team, the NSCDC. Pius Nsogo reports that it was an event and a moment of excitement as guests who included the Esama of Benin and the honorary Romanian consul to Edo and Delta states, His Excellency Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Usawari Igbenedion, and numerous football fans as they enjoyed the thrilling encounter in the game.
And the trophy in the hands of the captain.
Winners of the 3rd edition of the Kada Unity Cup NSCDC celebrating their victory as they lift the trophy. The Nigerian Immigration Service displayed the spirit of sportsmanship with their hilarious celebration despite losing the match to NSCDC and taking the 2nd place. The first prize winner, NSCDC, was awarded 1 million naira cash. Edo State government later added extra 1 million, making it 2 million naira. In the same vein, Immigration Service went home with 1.2 million naira as the 2nd place winner, while the 3rd place winner, National Youth Service Corps, got 400,000 naira. Edo State Governor Senator Monday Ukpebolo, who was represented by his deputy, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, said the state government is delighted about the tournament and will do all they can to ensure that sports thrives in Edo State. While on his part, the Esama of Benin, an honorary Romanian consul to Edo and Delta states of Nigeria, His Excellency Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Usawari Igbenedion, expressed satisfaction with the organizers of the tournament as he congratulated the winners.
We saw energy and talent put to play, and we are very happy with what we've seen, and we have also picked some of the talent we have identified in this place, and by the grace of God we'll put them to use in Edo State vendor insurance.
Wonderful occasion. They did not play a match. I'm too impressed, too exciting.
Medals and prizes were presented to the players and the officials, including the cup donor and chief sponsor of Kada Unity Cup and former governor of Edo State, Chief Lucky Nosakari Igbenedion, the deputy governor, and others.
It was a great improvement in both the fair play, the participation, the officiating, the turnout of supporters. Generally, all in all, it's very, very good.
Our chief host, the main organizer, our former governor, Chief Lucky Nosakari Igbenedion, for his continuous interest in Edo State, in sports, and in our youths.
This year's tournament has been full of surprises, but very, very enjoyable.
We're very grateful for being the winner of this year's edition, and we promise to continue like this. And we want to appreciate the organizer for coming up things like this that will not be war alone. They know us for.
Kada Unity Cup is co-sponsored by Edo State Football Association, Kada Plaza, Providence Hotels, IUO, ITV, Osiomo Power, Edo State Sports Commission, amongst others. From Benin, Pius Nsogo, ITV News.
Igbenedion Education Center, Benin City on Thursday held its 35th Inter-House Sports Competition. The event brought together students from the Montessori, nursery, primary and secondary arm of the school to compete in various sporting events. Joy Obarisiagmo has more.
In the spirit of camaraderie and sportsmanship, Igbenedion Education Center's 35th Inter-House Sports Competition featured various games including teddy bear races for toddlers, 50 meters and 100 meters races, 200 meters races, shuttle relays, basket filling contest, amongst others. The students showcased their coordination, marching skills, and culture, making it an exciting event to watch. The competition climaxes as invited schools, parents, and teachers also participated in the race event. After a rigorous assessment by the judges, Red House emerged winners for Montessori and primary arms. Yellow House emerged winners in the junior and senior secondary section.
Everybody did their best, and I'm so happy that we came out with the trophy. The race was very elegant, it was fun, it was very special, a very special thing.
The event was attended by parents, guardians, administrative heads, and teachers who praised the school for hosting an excellent occasion.
I want to appreciate every one of us that has taken time to join the students of Igbenedion Education Center to celebrate their inter-house sports.
I was a former student of this place, and I'm here, my children are here, and I can only thank the Igbenedions.
It was good, it was fair, and at the end of it all, the winner emerges.
It's exciting, educative at the same time.
From Benin, Joy Obaisiagbon, ITV News.
On business news, where the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC, has said that about 99% of depositors in Nigerian banks are fully covered under its enhanced deposit insurance scheme, urging customers to link their bank verification numbers, BVN, to their accounts to guarantee seamless access to insured deposits in the event of bank failure. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the NDIC, Thompson Oludare, disclosed this on Wednesday. He explained that in the event of bank failure, insured depositors are paid promptly up to the guaranteed limits, while those with balances above an insured threshold receive liquidation dividends as assets of the failed banks are released. And talking entertainment, where Nigerian singer Innocent Idibia, popularly known as Tubaba, and his wife Natasha Osawaru have publicly dedicated a newborn son in a church ceremony. The intimate but celebratory dedication took place over the weekend, attended by close family members and friends. This ceremony comes barely 3 months after the couple welcomed their first child together in November 2025, following their traditional wedding earlier in the year. Despite the lingering public attention on his high-profile divorce, the heartwarming event sparked excitement online. Talking sports, where Ademola Lookman opened his goals account at the Metropolitanos after he scored and bagged an assist in Atletico Madrid 4-0's win against Barcelona in the Copa del Rey first leg. Lookman took his first goal for Atletico in their 5-0 win away and to Real Betis in the Copa del Rey's quarterfinals. Barcelona paraded their top stars, which included Lamine Yamal, Frankie de Jong, Jules Koundé, Robert Lewandowski, Fermin Lopez, Dani Olmo, and Ferran Torres for the clash. Atletico got off to a very good start as Barcelona's player Eric Garcia also turned the ball into his own net to make it 1-0 to the home team. In the 14th minute, Atletico went 2-0 up courtesy and a strike from Antonio Griezmann. Lookman then got on the score sheet to put Diego Simeone and his men by 3-0 ahead. Then in 2 minutes of added time of the first half, Lookman turned provider as he set up Julian Alvarez for the 4th goal. Barcelona's Garcia received a straight red card with 5 minutes left to play in the match. The second leg comes up on 3rd of March 2026 at the Camp Nou, with the winner over the 2 legs advancing to the finals. Meanwhile, in the first other semi-final legs, which was played on Wednesday, Real Sociedad piped Atletico Bilbao 1-0 away. And that's the size of our package on what we're tracking for you at this time. I am Lawrence Osifo, thanking you for watching. Do well to join us at 3 for the World News. Good afternoon.
ITV, certainly the best.
The structure, the style, the beauty. All designed for your comfort. Oblendi Hotel and Suites, a first-class destination for lodging, accommodation,